going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. The 2023 NFL head coaching hiring cycle has closed, and the 5 openings have been filled. And we're going to go through and rank them. Shane Steichen with the Colts, Jonathan Gannon with the Cardinals, stupid-ass Sean Payton with the Broncos, Demeka Ryan's stud with the Texans, and also Frank Reich landing with the Panthers. So let's count down from 5 to 1. Number 5, yes, Sean Payton. Stupid-ass Sean Payton, bound to gate Sean Payton, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. So the Broncos up against it with the cap, and also they mortgaged the future draft pick-wise. So they gave up 3 1s, 3 2s, and Bradley Chubb for old-ass Russell Wilson, who's past the sell-by date, as we saw last year, and Sean Payton, which is just... Now, this does seem like it's all sizzle and no steak, and it seemed like the Broncos, they were all in on a Harbaugh. When they didn't get him, they had to make a move, so they gave up a draft pick for Sean Payton, and it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, what is going on? Like Walmart, Waltons, why? It doesn't make any sense. And Sean Payton, after his 2009 season, not so much. Right, and it's really easy to light up record books when you do have prime Drew Brees. But what has Sean Payton done since then? I don't know. Complained about officiating, although Nickel Roby-Coleman, I don't know. And also it's like introduce the world to Taysom Hill. Oh, he's a tight end, but he plays quarterback sometimes. Blah 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 blah. That's all that he's done. It's ridiculous. So I think this is going to be an unmitigated disaster for the Broncos. They're in a tough-ass division. They do have some quality players on defense, and Simmons and Surtain, but I don't know. I just don't know, man. Like, you got to play Mahomes twice. You got to play Herbert twice. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders and they still have some semblance of a spark between him and Devontae, you get them twice. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Next up, number 4 in the head coaching opening rankings, or hiring rankings, Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. So they got $14.6 million in cap. They have the number 3 overall pick. Now, I do like that Gannon as someone with a nice staff. Got Drew Petzing, former assistant on the Vikings, as his OC, and also got Nick Rallis, who is a rising star, the youngest coordinator in the league at 29, to be his rubber-stamping DC. Gannon, who was an assistant on the Vikings, was the DC of the Eagles, and he ran the show. Like, he was that guy. And now, I don't know, maybe they should have hired him officially before they gave up 5 billion points to the Chiefs. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But this one is relatively low because, I mean, the Cardinals, this team is in disarray. Like, the defense is in tatters. You do have a new GM, Imani Ossenford, who seems a lot more competent than Steve Keim. But, I mean, name one stud on this team. Just name one. Buddha. I mean, that's it. Isaiah Simmons, if they actually use him properly. Other than that, I don't know. But you do have... You are going to be missing Kyler for part of the season as he recovers from his ACL, and Kyler is extremely polarizing in the league as it is. Can Petzing build an offense catered to his skills and build around him? Like, will they get along better than him and Cliff Kingsbury? And also, as we've seen, the connection between the quarterback and a defensive-minded head coach can always be iffy. So we'll see. Best of luck to them out in the desert. Next up, number 3. Shane Steichen with the Colts, $12.4 million in space, and they do have the number 4 overall pick. Now, Shane Steichen, he deserves a lot of credit for that offense, working with Jalen Hurts, catering to his skill set, and really, don't want to say like bending the rules, but I mean the tush push was great. The RPOs really flirting with the illegal man downfield rules all the time. But the Eagles' offense was powerful throughout most of the season, and Shane Steichen does deserve a ton of credit there. And now, I mean, the Colts are in an interesting spot where they can sit and wait for a quarterback. They can move up to 1. Well, they're not going to do business with 2, but maybe to 3 with the Cardinals. But getting a guy like Will Levis, getting a guy like Anthony Richardson, who can hurt you with his legs first and athleticism, and then he's developing as a passer. I mean, that's exactly what Jalen Hurts was. That's why he fell to the second round. So I think that Steichen can work his magic, work a similar offense in that regard. And then you do have some other decent pieces. You got Buckner on defense. You got Darius Leonard, who hopefully is going to be back from that back injury. You got Nelson on the offensive line. You got Jonathan Taylor-Thomas, who you can either keep or you can potentially trade. So I think that the Colts are a good situation, and I do like Chris Ballard as a GM. Only problem is the guy that you can't get rid of is Jim Irsay. Don't want to say that he's a bad owner, but one that meddles a lot. Yeah, it's usually never good. Next up, head coaching hire number 2. Demeka Ryan's with the Texans. So Texans are interesting, where Demeka Ryan's coming back home, former team captain, former great linebacker on that defense. Also has two great coordinators, Bobby Slowick as his OC and Matt Burke as his defensive coordinator. They got almost $40 million in cap space. They got the number 2 and 12 overall pick, and the roster is thin on talent. So this is going to be a multi-year rebuild, and it could be a spot where they even pass on quarterback this time around, even though they'll be in the cap room seat to take C.J. Stroud, maybe even a Bryce Young or a Levis or a Richardson. Maybe they'll just pass on quarterback because they need so much other help, and they're probably going to have another down season next year, and maybe they'll be in contention for the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. But I think Demeka Ryan does bring a great attitude to this job. I don't think that he will be a one and done like Lovey last year or like David Culley 2 years before. But I think that this was a home run hire. I think that there honestly could not have been anyone else for this job, because this is a cleanup job. And I think Demeka Ryan is not afraid of some hard work. I think that he'll fix his defense, and the offensively, they have to get their ish together. But good news is they do have the cap space. They do have the trade capital. They do have the draft picks to do something about it. And, of course, number 1 spot, Frank Reich. So this is a combination of situation as well as Frank Reich, because I believe Frank Reich is a fantastic head coach. I think he just got caught up in the BS and the politics with the Colts. Oh, by the way, Seichen's hiring, he should move up because it saves us from another year of Jeff Saturday, where Frank Reich was scapegoated, obviously scapegoated in Indianapolis. Frank Reich did not want to bring in Matt Ryan. Frank Reich did not want to bring in Carson Wentz. Frank Reich, probably was okay with Phillip Rivers, but giving this guy a different quarterback who either is a has-been or never was, and then you expect him to work his magic, nah. I mean, there was a lot of problems with the Colts. Frank Reich, in my opinion, wasn't one of them. So the Panthers, they get themselves a phenomenal head coach. He's assembling a fantastic staff. Jerome is going to be their defense coordinator. Absolute stud, future head coach. Thomas Brown, highly regarded, is going to be his rubber stamp OC. Also, he's hiring like D'Angelo Hall and Sean Jefferson. Like, it's an all-star coaching staff, man. Plus, you're in a very winnable division, the NFC South. You got studs on defense. Brian Burns. You got Derek Brown. That's you, Rona. You got J.C. Horn. You got Jeremy Chin. So you have a chance to be, Navarro has a chance to turn this into a top 5 defense like that. So top 5 defense, winnable division. You have the number 9 overall pick. You can maneuver and you behind your quarterback of the future, and you are replete with draft capital from the McCaffrey trade. So you're good to go. You are in pretty good shape. And also Frank Reich, I believe in him as a head coach. So everything is really coming together. I think Carolina has the best chance of all 5 of these teams to get good in a hurry and really be a factor in 2023. So that's it. That's us ranking the head coaching hirings. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts. Where you disagree, where do you agree? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.